stuff. I'm sure a lot of you know what's going on in Kenosha, Wisconsin. It's pretty heavy. There's and what honestly what makes it worse out of all of it is the fact that it's based off of lies again. It's this racial push that people are trying to do, that it's, cops doing all this stuff. It's rather sad when you really think about all the stuff that's going on. So I don't know. It's kind of tough. So let's just get into it. I want to talk about what's going on. So for those who don't know, on Monday, cops shot. I don't think they killed him. He's in critical condition. I haven't heard anything has changed on that front. But they shot a man in the back because they were fighting with him, or he was fighting with them. He was literally brawling with these police officers and not listening. And from sources that I've heard, he straight up said he was going to get a weapon from his car, and they pulled their weapons on him and said, stop, you're resisting. They chased him around the car. He reached into his vehicle and they shot him. And it is a shame. And I think it's terrible that he got shot. And I honestly think the whole thing is terrible. Well, but what makes it so much worse is they're burning down Kenosha now. There's cars being burnt. Churches have been burnt now. It's a shame. It's a terrible thing that we're seeing. So now last night it felt like, I hate saying this, but a civil war. I know it's not a civil war. It is definitely just a bunch of people that are trigger happy, and it's rather sad to see. And one person in particular ended up shooting 3 people, and I believe 2 of them have passed away. So this is leading to more and more deaths, and they're not getting their point across. They're just letting out their aggression in the worst way possible. Violence in any form should be condemned, and I don't like that any of this has happened. So I have some pictures. I don't have very graphic pictures, but they're just placing, letting you see what is happening. I don't want to show the real stuff because it's actually quite hard to stomach. But this is what started it all. Now this is if you could see him standing there. This is the shooter, and he was defending this auto lot, and he actually, in this video, you see him be chased, and he tries to run away from the people who are attacking him, and he turns and shoots the man, and he hit him in the head, and I'm fairly certain that's one of the ones who have people that have been killed. So it's quite sad, and they wouldn't stop chasing him, and they continue chasing him down the road. And here's a picture of him. Someone's actually hitting him with a skateboard. This is another one of the people that actually got shot. I think this person got hit in the stomach. I think this person is also passed away today. So I don't know who has actually been shot. Someone actually got their arm blown, like their bicep was completely blown away. He had a gun in his hand when he was approaching the shooter, and he was even in this video, you can clearly see him running away, trying to get away from these people, and they were chasing him down, beating him with skateboards. Someone was approaching him with a handgun, and he shot the person. All in all, this is just terrible. This is, seeing this kind of stuff really bums me out, because I really want everyone to get along. I really wish well for everyone, and I feel like this misinformation campaign that the media is pushing, they're making it seem like it's all racially motivated, and that couldn't be further from the truth. It's ridiculous how all of the blame has been put on police officers, and I've seen the video. They were trying to de-escalate the situation. They came into the scene. The dude had warrants on his arrest. He was fighting them. He was resisting arrest, and then he proceeded to go into his car. And then, we have Joe Biden who's speaking out against police brutality the day it happened, before I even knew it was going on. He was speaking out against it, and now we find out days later, or the next day, we find out that all this stuff could have just been avoided if he just went along with them. And I know everyone gets all angry, like, oh sure, yeah, like if he just went along with them, yeah. Well, if you physically fight police officers, and you move away from them after they pull their guns on you, and you reach into your vehicle, they have only one thing to assume is going to happen, and that's pulling a weapon on them. And it's, again, it's a shame. I don't want anyone to be shot. I don't want anyone. This violence is it's so sad to see this, and it's crazy. So, and now here we find. So this is Kyle Rittenhouse is the 17-year-old who actually was the one who was shooting. He's now arrested with connection of fatal shootings during Kenosha. Oddly enough, it's in Illinois he was arrested, not in Wisconsin where this all took place. And I'll just read about it. Kyle Rittenhouse was arrested on murder charges Wednesday following overnight shootings in Kenosha that killed 2 people and wounded 1 during violent demonstrations over police shooting of Jacob Blake, according to court records. Now, I'm not going to get into the story much because everyone has their own view of it. You know, there's the self-defense thing. There's plenty of videos showing that he was trying to get away from these people. They were attacking him, and it is hard to watch. It's hard to see that this is going on in this world, and it's really sad to see. And now we have a Kenosha Police Department is calling civil unrest advisory. They've declared a state of emergency, a curfew at 7 p.m. Citizens need to be off the streets for their own safety. Yeah, because they're literally shooting each other. These people are not even Kenoshan residents. I'm hearing both sides are coming from all over the place. There's proof that people from Portland are there rioting. These are not citizens that live in Wisconsin. People that, I mean, as we saw, Kyle Rittenhouse came from Illinois and drove up there. And he was trying to defend businesses from being burnt down. So this is getting way out of hand. No. This is out of hand. It's way past being out of hand. This was out of hand a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, when the media again spammed this racial rhetoric that they need to be held accountable for, as far as I'm concerned. Thank goodness we have the president saying, "We will not stand for looting, arson, violence, and lawlessness on American streets. My team just got off the phone with Governor Ivers, who agreed to accept federal assistance. Portland should do the same. Today, I will be sending federal law enforcement and National Guard to Kenosha, Wisconsin to restore law and order." Now, what makes me really angry about this is he already sent these National Guard there. They were already there, ready to be used. And the governor, guess what the governor did? No, we don't need your help. Why not? They clearly need their help. These people started attacking the courthouse. It's just happening over and over again. We definitely need these officers to help in this situation. It blows me away that these governors are just letting this stuff happen. So thank you, Trump, for at least just forcing your hand and putting these National Guard in Kenosha, because clearly they need help keeping things under control. It's crazy, and this is tough. This kind of stuff is happening nonstop across this country, and it really bums me out. So that's all I know as far as information and my opinion on it. So I'm going to move on.